years back, and this is basically the first video for the Ritual League. I've actually rerolled once already since the first build I made was kind of shit. The DPS was not there, and defensive mechanics were theoretically good, however, in the end, they were pretty useless. And so I made a Raider, which I'll also kind of fell flat at some point, and I wanted to change to Gladiator. But after discussing a few things, changing a few things here and there, and actually comparing the two, the Raider is actually not that bad. Not to even mention the moment I get the Uberlap, which I currently don't even have. As you can see, I'm gonna later on take the Avatar of Veil. It's actually gonna be really nice since I'm gonna get another 20% penetration, along with the immunity to elemental ailments and 20% less accuracy running to anybody who's close to me, which is going to increase my survivability when it comes to the hits. And I just wanted to show you the build as it is right now. I just got T11 here, Infested Valley. The build is not finished yet, although quite a few elements of it are already really good, and I'm most likely not going to change them. I will be upgrading my shield, which I bought for just about 4 chaos. This one is complete shit. The only things I needed at the time was basically life and attack speed, and I specifically needed a Supreme Spiked version because of the 4% spell dodge. And because of this, and at series steps, the moment we get spell dodge on the body armor, we can cap the spell dodge to 75%. Currently, I got really crazy body armor, which I crafted myself just a few hours ago, actually. And I was actually planning to use it on my Gladiator, which is why there is 7% block chance. But in the end, the moment I get spell dodge from the Veil mods, I'll craft it on it and cap this way the defense against pretty much all spells. As for the rest of the gear, the amulet, I bought the base for I think 10 KS, and then I just slapped a single essence. I'm not sure which one it was in the end, the critical strike chance, and got T1 life with some basic elemental resistance, and then crafted elemental damage of attacks on it, so it's actually really nice. Then allocated the Claws of the Falcon with the Anoint, which is actually quite expensive considering the golden oil is 1x at the moment, which is wait, what day will do like, are we even? Is it 3, 4, something like that? Anyway, the amulet itself is pretty cheap. The Anoint is really expensive. You can get something else in the meantime if you don't have currency, but it's really good. This ring I bought for I think 40k actually, mostly because I needed intelligence, I needed accuracy and life, and I also had a really decent roll of the elemental damage. So I thought it's going to be pretty good for me. And since it's attack skills and accuracies and attack mode, the attack catalyst for the abrasive one is actually really nice to cap out the accuracy and get some bonus damage at it. I got minus 8 mana cost, which is something I didn't craft. I might keep it, don't know yet. Well, we'll see. Second ring I made myself. I just bought the 36 elemental damage attacks base from somebody for like 5 KS on the second day. Right now they're pretty expensive on 2 stone rings, and I just used the Essence of Anguish. I think that was Shrieking. Yeah, it's probably Shrieking, to get the fire damage to attacks, and got the shitty life and decent all res on it. Then just crafted intelligence because I needed it, and I had a single big note for the 30+ int on the tree, and I didn't really want to keep it, so I just got intelligence on it. My resistances are capped, so I didn't have to craft any res to keep the build together. Helmet, Molten Strike +2. This build is Molten Strike base, so you need +2 projectiles. The rolls on the helmet are something I already got when I bought it, and it was just 10 chaos. The enchant is really cheap, and you are not really forced to get yourself a helmet that has Warlord base for the 9% fire penetration or the 5% increased damage taken. It would be nice to have, and it's probably an endgame kind of thing, but it's not necessary. You see the mana is crafted. That's mostly because I don't have the hybrid life modifier crafting yet. I'll probably get it later on. The gloves is the incursion mode with high life and a second res with open suffix for the attack speed. Attack speed needs to be recrafted obviously for the 12%. The belt is complete shit, just high life and some really basic resistances. At series steps, this roll is actually pretty expensive, and I got this enchant by luck. This is actually amazing for me because I'm fire based. The weapon is complete trash. I bought it for 4 chaos, but currently there is nothing useful for me on the market, and specifically the weapon you're going to be looking for is attack speed, crit chance, and fire damage. And Flasks just bleed well, remove bleed and recovery rate, diamond flask with attack speed, a series, and sulfur. Sulfur is freeze immune. It's not gonna be important later on, mostly because we're gonna be elemental damage. I mean, elemental ailments immune. So this is just like for now. Later on, you're gonna get things like the Dying Sun, Bottle Faith, or Vincta, Vessel Vincta, whatever it was called. Since you're elemental damage immune, Vincta is just not gonna do anything to you, so you can just use it if you wanna. And you can also try to get Wiseoak too and just get rid of the Life Flask, since you're basically not gonna hit at all and you have so much attack speed, so much life gain on hit, and so many projectiles. You're just gonna heal yourself to full HP really quickly with the life gain on hit from the claw. And that's pretty much it for the gear. You just got like 2 jewels with like life, attack speed, crit multi stuff on them. 3 is pretty basic. It's gonna be in the video description as well. Later on, we're just gonna be dropping these 3 points right here, go in here instead, sadly sacrificing the 5% projectile speed, which is kind of shit for Molten Strike because this increases the range away from the actual hit. So it's when you hit a boss, the projectile speed actually increases the range as to which the projectile is going to travel. So it's going to travel a bit further and reduce the overall DPS. However, we're also going to be getting this here, that's 10% reduced speed and another 10% reduced speed. So, well, there's less of a gap in between the shots, so it's basically more DPS. And we also use the slow proj for the boss, so there's even less proj speed and there is even less how do you call that, less discrepancy in between the shots, so everything is just focused in one spot, so it's overall more DPS. And this is something I'm just using for the bosses. At the moment I'm using GMP just for the clear speed because of the attack speed and extra proj, obviously. And we also have the Ancestral Call for the clear speed, which is then being exchanged for the elemental damage of attacks for the boss phases. And also, after we get this area here and the proj speed, we're probably going to be going for the jewel right here, which is going to be the second one. I mean, the second one. Under one like this, just attack speed, life, and crit multi. And this is going to be the last part, just extra HP, so we can go over 6k. And that's actually pretty much it. As for the tree, is there anything I actually want to mention? There was something I did want to mention, but I kinda don't remember what it was. I so don't remember what it was. Oh, right. The DPS you're gonna see is entirely not full, since there's no weapon, there's no flasks, and most importantly, the 3 main damage gems are not leveled. And I see main because it's anger, which gets flat fire, which we used to stack. That's like the level in Molten Strike, Immolate, and anger are gonna increase your DPS the most per level because it's flat, and the flat is something that we scale the best. So 2 levels missing from this, 2 levels missing from this, and 3 levels missing from this. So DPS is just gonna increase tremendously just because of these 3 gems if they're gonna be a level 21. Right, let's actually see some gameplay. You can see I'm really fast. That's because I have Onslaught with about 180% increased effect. And then there is also the phasing with extra move speed, as well as going through the units. The AoE on its own is not amazing. However, if you just use the Whirling Blaze effectively, quickly, you can travel really fast and actually clear a lot. Not to mention, if there is a lot of mobs in the area, you hit all of them and the projectiles just spread really nicely and you got a lot of coverage. So this is T11 with some extra monster life, just 26%, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, this is gonna be a nice one. Shit, my attack speed is actually a little bit too quick, so I can't even use Whirling Blades properly. Didn't see a boss. Oh yeah, and also the flammability, which we use on the Blasphemy, is not yet leveled. I think it's actually gonna see what it is. It's just level 8 at the moment. As you can see, it's actually really hard for us to get hit. And if we do get hit once, it's most likely not gonna happen the second time too quickly. So it's really decent defense. And as I say, it's not even finished here, because later on I'm planning to get Enlighten level 4, on the Blasphemy as well as the Anger. So I can actually use, which banner was it? Dread? Yeah, I can use Dread banner for the 21 or 22, was it? Less accuracy rating of nearby enemies. Oh, and that's the best ritual, the one that slows you and doesn't allow you to use movement skills. Jesus, who created this one? Yep. But basically, the moment I get the Enlighten, it's gonna be even more of a defensive build. And the moment you get the Ubalap, it's gonna be another 20% less accuracy rating of nearby enemies. So this is gonna increase our evasion rating, or rather the actual chance to be hit, tremendously. And if you have two of those and you get blinds, even if you have like 40% chance to evade, the chance to be hit is gonna be pretty much non-existent, especially since the build later on is gonna have 55. I mean, I think I already have 55% chance to dodge, which is gonna be the max we're gonna get on this build, since we mostly focus on the evade for the hits anyway, and dodge is just something extra. So if something goes through, you're gonna, if something goes through the evade, you're still gonna have to get the 50-50 on the dodge. It's 55-45, but yeah, something like 50-50. Alright, now we're gonna have a boss, so I'm actually gonna, I'll just swap to slow approach. I'm gonna leave the Ancestral Call on. Even since I was, I can't even speak right now, it's just way too late. Because of the leak, I'm staying up way too long. And even today I woke up about 5 hours ago, so it's 7 o'clock in the evening. And yeah, I'm just still not contacting very well. But yeah, the build so far at least is actually keeping up with the leak. It's only T11s, however I've already done T12s and T13s, and there was no issue as well. Right now, after making this video, I'm probably gonna finish all the small maps I have here, since I just got a few from Xano that I haven't completed yet. My completion is just 69 at the moment, so I'm gonna try to get it up and then basically try to get it to about 100, 110 or so, and start doing T15s, T16 maps, try to see how this build is actually going, get a new weapon, get a new belt, get some flasks, change my tree a little bit since I'm on level 85 at the moment. So 85, I'm already doing about T12s, but the build is quite expensive. I did spend some money on it, but I mean, for the investment, it's really nice, it's really defensive, and it's only gonna get better with some investment for defenses and quite a bit for the offense. But if you get all the flask and change the weapon, and you get all the gem levels, obviously this DPS is going to be nothing compared to what it's going to be, because the DPS is going to increase like 3-4 times even. The limit for this build is about, what was it, 14 million, 15 million, something like that. About 14-15 million DPS, considering all the projectiles actually hit, and since we're going to have 20% reduced approach speed from the tree and then 30 from the gem, it's pretty much going to be 100% of the projectiles hitting the boss. So he's going to get fucked really nicely. And well, this build is actually going to be able to do what it's supposed to be doing, which is boss killing. However, with the spread and the speed and everything, it's actually really nice for the farming as well, since you do cover quite a bit of the screen. But it's not as fast, obviously, because it's Molten Strike. That's not like a clear speed build, clear speed skill, but it can do what it's not supposed to do, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Later on, I'm gonna let you know some other stuff about the progress, but for now, that's pretty much it. I can probably just mention the gems I'm using, which is actually something I didn't even mention. But yeah, custom damage taken, steel skin, double strike for the bosses, flammability, enlighten 3, blasphemy, anger, portal, blood rage, slow approach so I can change, combustion, immolate, molten strike, multi-strike, ancestral call, and greater multi, ancestral call, blood and sand, dread banner, blood rage, faster attacks, willing blades, blood magic. And probably later on, when you get the quality on the willing blades, you can drop the faster attacks, because if you do have 20-20 on both of those, with the attack speed you have and the blood rage and the frenzy charges and some other attack speed we're gonna get later on, it's gonna be pretty hard to control this. So we can probably get another socket later on. But yeah, with this, that's pretty much it. The end of the video, and I'm probably gonna make an update in about 2 days, maybe, or a day. We'll see. Anyway, have a nice one, and I'll see you later.